What's up guys, YGOStrats going to be doing some upcoming meta discussion. Now the meta's been pretty stale for the past roughly year, or ever since the Secret Forces come out. The only change that's really happened on the metagame level is that people started throwing in the clown engine into the deck. So they threw in the 6 Perform Age clowns to make a rank 4 play in their deck as well, with, you know, Shadow, Tellers if they want to play it, or Necroz clowns, that sort of thing. But the point is, it's been pretty stale. A lot of people are getting bored of it, and you've probably heard a lot of people saying like, oh hey, we got like this coming out now, it's gonna actually change up soon, and then, you know, it didn't. You know, Red Eyes didn't make an impact at the end of the day. Ignites are a thing, but they just didn't make an impact. So upcoming now, starting with Dimensions of Chaos, there's going to be an actual big change. I mean, technically we did have Cosmo. Cosmo is the biggest thing to come out since Clowns. Obviously I didn't mention that, but starting with Dimensions of Chaos is when you're going to see the exiting of some of these other decks, you know, Tellers, Shadow, Necroz, Cleavefort, and Burning Abyss. You might see them dying down a lot more with these decks coming out. Cosmo's proven itself viable with just its first 5 cards, and it's about to get even better with its next 5 cards. Dark Destroyer opens up so many combos. They've got another rank 4, and, you know, just in general, they have dark attributes, so they can throw in chaos shenanigans if they want to. It's going to be a pain in the butt, and the deck is still consistent as all hell thanks to this $80 son of a bitch right here. Other big thing coming out in Dimensions of Chaos, obviously, is Magispectors. Magispectors can't be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects, any of them. It's annoying as hell, and yeah, they're only like 1,500, you know, max, but believe me, they will scratch you to death. Their Spell and Trap can stop pretty much everything you throw at it, especially if they've got their counter trap, and just the fact that their Pendulum means they don't stop coming back. It's a real pain in the ass, and it's going to be the first big playable Pendulum archetype to make an impact on the meta, at least, since Cleavefort came out in the Secrets of Eternity, I believe it was. That's pretty much the big news when it comes to Dimensions of Chaos. We're getting Cosmo and we're getting Magispectors. But the other things to take note of that we're going to be getting very soon in structure decks even, we're getting Pendulum Magicians and we're getting Monarchs. Monarchs are coming out at the end of January, and Pendulums are coming out at the beginning of December. So we're talking 1 month and 2 months away, respectively, or vice versa. 1 month for Pendulum Magicians, 2 months for Monarchs here. And they're definitely going to make an impact. Monarchs are really consistent nowadays, especially with, you know, this card right here, Pantheism of the Monarch. It's just draw power for days, searching for days, and they have no trouble getting out. They're big beaters because, you know, they've got the cards that give them an extra normal summon in, summon another one from the deck, and search out things, and it's just, there's so much that they can do now. They're definitely going to make an impact on the meta. They definitely have in the OCG. If I'm not mistaken, the OCG's top 3 decks are still, you know, Pendulum Magician, basically Perform Pal and Pals, the Monarchs here, and Burning Abyss, actually, because they have, what's her name, Beatrice, which I'm wondering when we'll get in the TCG, but that's another thing. So these decks are going to come out. These two will definitely make an impact on the top, particularly, in my opinion, Pendulums. The Pendulum Magicians are just so crazy, especially if people are going to be assholes and run Apex Avian, and especially if we get Perform Pal Sorcerer, because we don't have anything confirmed about his release in the TCG, but we might get him as yet another import in Breakers of Shadow. And then not only are we getting these new decks right here that we all know and fear, assuming you're paying attention to the OCG, once Breakers of Shadows comes out, and Breakers of Shadow is scheduled for a release in the TCG in January 2016. This is coming out right around the same time Monarchs are, so this is definitely going to make an impact. This is a few months away. We are going to be getting Solemn Notice. Solemn Notice is a crazy counter trap card. I can't believe it's a thing. It's Divine Wrath and Black Horn of Heaven all in one card. Only 1,500 life points, which means you're not going to be having to fear your opponent's monster effects, and you're not going to have to fear their friggin' special summons either, assuming they're inherent, of course. But the point is, the card has utility and options, and it's a counter trap, the fastest speed spell in the game. And that, actually, I like it. I think it's going to make an impact, personally. This guy might see some play in like a 1 or 2 of or something. He's a level 4, he's 1,700 attack and searches out counter traps, and I promise you, people will be running... There will be people running Triple Notice and 1 Warning or something, and if we ever get Judgment off the list, you can bet your ass people are going to be running that. Plus, it's a Pendulum scale of 3, meaning that those cards don't have to pay their costs. So, not only are you getting access to Pendulum summoning all the level 4s that you're obviously running because it's the metagame, you're also not having to pay costs for crazy counter traps, and counter traps are worth running, especially if you don't need to pay the cost. But more importantly than that, TCG confirmed Neptibus Traptrix Rafflesia, and Cyber Dragon Infinity. These 3 cards are insane. If you've played a rank 4 deck and you go first, you've probably noticed that there isn't necessarily a great first card to go into, particularly now that they've banned Laval Valchain in the TCG. Rafflesia here fix is that this girl lets you bottomless from the fucking deck. She lets you Giant Trap Hole, I think is the one, and people like, you know, Traptrix Trap Hole, Nightmare, Void Trap Hole, that sort of thing. You sit on this 2500 wall, it's indestructible. Even better than indestructible, it's unaffected by trap cards, can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects, meaning that this thing, while it has materials, is literally untouchable, which means your first 2 plays are going to be stopped by Rafflesia here. And that's assuming the next turn they don't Norden their bullshit into some Cyber Dragon Infinity nonsense. Since we still have Ptolemaeus here in the TCG, this guy's going to be a threat as well, which means rank 4 decks are now where they were at in the TCG prior, because we still have Norden and we still have Ptolemaeus. Plus, like I said, and you've probably noticed, Neptibus is a 1-card OTK guy. He really, honestly, there's so many different ways to get him out, and with him, a Megalo, and 1 equip spell, and ultimately a Dragoons, but believe me, you just need this guy and like 1 water monster in your hands to accomplish this. You'll be doing, like, I think it's 92 damage, something like that, 92 or 86. It's an OTK for sure. But believe me, if you're not sure what it is, look up Neptibus OTKs. They are real. They're also all Ultra, Secret, and Secret, so this is going to be one of the priciest sets to come out in a while. It's definitely going to make a huge impact on the game. It's going to make the most impact since Duelist Alliance did, and Duelist Alliance was the first one that put a 3 tier 1 archetypes at once. I don't know if this is going to put 3 tier 1 archetypes at once, since, you know, Dino-Mist don't seem to be doing too much, or don't seem like they'll do too much. Not that they'll be bad, but it definitely seems like a support set that will make a big impact on the game, and I'm excited to see where it all goes. This is going to be the biggest change in the meta since Cosmo and Clowns ultimately, but it will be the first time in a while that you're not going to be seeing Shadow versus Burning Abyss, or Cleafort versus Tellers, or Necros versus, you know, Burning Abyss, whatever. It's going to make a huge impact on the game, and I hope you guys are ready, and I hope your wallets are ready, because if you're planning on running any of this, this is all going to be pricey as fuck. I recommend saving up now, budgeting. Look it up. Just Google budgeting for, you know, different costs, and just ignore that it's probably telling you to save up for college, because you're going to be spending it on children's trading cards. But go ahead, let me know what you guys think. Obviously, this is going to make huge impacts on the meta. Monarchs, Pendulum Magicians, Cosmo, and Magispectors are my slate to be the top 4 tier 1, tier 2, wherever they fall in decks. And it's only going to grow from there, especially if we get certain cards that haven't been confirmed yet, namely Perform Pal Sorcerer and all that sort of stuff. But let me know what you guys think. I'm pretty excited for it. BOSH and Dimensions of Chaos. Big changes to the meta for the first time in a while. Super excited. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you next time on YGO Strats.